Welcome, Sagittarius. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for May the 25th through to the 31st, 2015. My name is Tilly, and welcome to Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to this beautiful reading, let me take a moment to thank you for all the support you give me each and every day. I truly appreciate you in my life. Thank you so much, truly. Now, let's get to the cards because we start with the Queen of Wands. This is definitely a week where you really need to step into a sense of maturity when it comes to your thinking. Okay, the Queen of Wands, very beautiful energy, but she's the diplomat. She can take herself out of the situation, take in all the information, gain a great understanding, and then, and only then, does she make a decision on how to go forward. So this isn't shortcuts this week. This isn't putting off things, procrastinating on things. It's getting things done. It's getting things organized. It's making the right decisions. It's giving the decisions a lot of wisdom attached to it. Okay, so that when you make the decision, you don't have to go back on it and remake the decision down the road. So, I mean, you may not even get to the point where you actually make the decisions this week because this is the energy and it's so strong this week that you might spend your whole week actually just weighing out possibilities, understanding the balance of things, understanding where things need to change, where things need to grow, where things need to expand, where things need to be pulled back. And it's only through a lot of thought, a lot of conscious deliberation that you're really going to come to true understandings this week on how to go forward. So, and then you make the right decisions, and then you make the proper decisions. So it's using the energy correctly this week in order to enhance your path, right? So that you're not redoing steps that really don't need to be redone. If you give the energy the respect this week, okay? If you really take things and really pull them apart and really try and disassociate yourself from the actual situation that you are evaluating and really seeing the potential or the limitations and then making some wise decisions based on all the information that you take in. We start with the Seven of Wands. Now, this is you really standing in your truth, really making a declaration. It could be a declaration to yourself, in fact, because of where the card sits. So it might not be a declaration that you actually say to somebody else or share with somebody else, although if you do, they'll have a better understanding of where you're coming from and probably make things flow a lot easier in your life. But this is you really making a declaration of where you want to go, how you want to go forward, what changes you need to make in your life, and what changes you're willing to make in your life in order to manifest the beauty of the abundance of your tomorrow. Now, we have the Four of Pentacles right next to it, and then we have the Two of Pentacles right next to, well, and then we have the Death card right next to that. So, the Four of Pentacles really speaks strongly to something that you are hanging on to that is not serving a purpose in your life any longer. But for some reason you're holding it still, you're keeping it attached to your present when it should be something in your past at this point that you're taking forward with you that really isn't serving a purpose anymore. It could be something that you're even unconscious about, that it's just always been that way. So you're just carrying on with what you've always known and what's always worked. And you're finding out that it's not working anymore. And so you really need to realign yourself with your new steps forward. So for each one of you, it may be different. It may be a situation, it may be a job, it may be a person in your life. It could be where you live. It could be the community that you're involved in. It could be a group that you're involved in. But there is something, it could even be a thought process that you have or a dream that you had or have. You still have it because you're still holding on to it with this card. It's about letting go of something that you have been holding on to for far too long. That it is time to let go of it. It's time to move forward from it. It could even just be healing that needs to happen from something that you feel that you made the wrong decision or the wrong choices or said the wrong words or put yourself in the wrong situation, and I'm here to tell you that you didn't, that you had to make those decisions, that you had to make those choices, that you had to say those words so that you would be here now in the present, ready to move forward with the wisdom attached to your decisions. And had you not had that experience, you never would have the wisdom so that you could step onto your path correctly. So don't ever think that you did something wrong, or so this could very well be that you just need to forgive yourself for something this week and move on from it, okay? This also talks about picking up your unique talents, your gifts, to stop selling yourself short and really making a declaration or standing up for your unique talents, your gifts, what you are great at, and using it as a vehicle in order to go forward, in order to allow the abundance to come into your life. Now, the Two of Pentacles talks about an imbalance in your life. So you may be putting too much energy into work or into a relationship, or, I mean, it could be 101 things, couldn't it? This is two very good parts of your life that are out of balance right now, that are out of sync. Okay, we have a coin in each one of our hands, or a pentacle in each one of our hands. We have a ship coming in on each side of us, but we are off balance. We are leaning off to the one side. So it's looking at our lives. It's looking at where we are putting our energy, where we are putting, it could be our dollars. It could be how we are investing our money, how we are spending our money, the value we place on money. It could be work. It could be putting way too much time into work and not enough time into our home life or our spirituality. And it's looking at our routines. It's looking at where we put a lot of our energy and seeing how we can take some of that energy away from that part of our life and putting it into a part of our life that needs it in order for us to grow, in order for us to stand or step into our future, our abundance, our happiness. It's transformation, transformation, transformation. Okay, we have the Death card here. So now I really see this card as, we are in the cocoon stage and we are ready to break out of our cocoon and spread our wings and become the butterfly we were always meant to be. In some ways, and especially with the cards that surround it, it could be a painful choice that you have to make. It may be a rough realization or a hard realization of the actuality of our life and where we need to let go in our life in order to move forward. It's allowing our inner child out. It's allowing ourselves to express who we truly are and using our gifts, our unique talents, in order to pave the way to abundance, into happiness, to what we want to manifest in our life. Now we have the Three of Pentacles on the other side. This is the hard work, and everybody's getting this one. Okay, if there's one card that's coming up a lot between the Seven of Wands and this card, I think we're at a tie right now. This is hard work. This is the promise of finances getting better in our life, for more finances to come into our life. So this could be a raise. This could be a promotion. This could be just stepping into the job of our dreams. But it is going to take hard work, and there are people watching you right now. There are people watching you to watch your performance, to see how well you do, how you can enhance their lives or their company or their corporation or their group. Okay, this could be very much where they, you join a new group and they are getting to know you, and they see your value, they see your worth, they love the way you think, they love the way you do things, they love the way you carry yourself, and they see what an asset you can be to their group as a whole, or their corporation as a whole, their business as a whole, their life as a whole. Okay, this could be, you know, in a general reading, this could even go into relationships and whatnot. Somebody looking at you and really understanding the value that you bring to enrich other people's lives. Okay, but you hold the paintbrush here. You get to design the future. You get to create the energy that you want to step into this week. Now, the Ten of Swords is here. Now, people get very, very leery when this card comes up. This card, there's a couple of cards in the deck where people just kind of hold their breath when they see this one come up. This is a beautiful card, okay? Please believe me when I say this is a beautiful card. Those swords are not in your back. If those swords were in your back, there would also be a pool of blood out front. There is not. Those swords stand behind you. Those are your lessons. Those are the wisdom that you gained. They are your shield of strength, your shield of protection going forward. You know what needs to be done. You've learned the hard lesson. Especially where it is in the reading, I would have to say there is a large portion of you that have had your lives completely ripped apart in every way, and now you're trying to put it back together, or you're trying to gain some semblance of your life. It's like every part of your life, or many parts of your life, have been completely dismantled in one way or another, and you are now at the point where you are pushing yourself back up. The sky is breaking, the sun is coming out, the light is trying to shine on you, a rainbow is trying to form. So you've been through the hardest part. You've been through the challenges, and now it's time to step into the maturity of who you are and make some really sound decisions on how to go forward based on the wisdom that you have picked up on your path. So wherever you think that you've done the wrong thing or the wrong action, or you shouldn't have said those words, or you shouldn't have stepped into this situation, or you shouldn't have stepped out of that situation, you had to. Because sometimes we can't make the right decisions unless we have the proper wisdom as a foundation in order to make that decision. And you do. You do have the wisdom now. You do have the understanding of what it's really going to take to go forward, and you're ready to do that. You're ready to stand up true and proud for who you are going forward. The last card is the Seven of Pentacles, which really asks, what are you cultivating? What do you want to cultivate going forward? It's like you've planted the seeds, and now it's the watering, it's the weeding, it's making sure that that dream has all the energy, all the advantages it needs to grow, to flourish, to be more than you ever thought possible. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.